have several FBI agents who should be in jail today, but they're being ignored. We need somebody to go in there and actually accomplish things, not just talk about it, make it happen. We need a street fighter. I'm all for you, but I gotta know that you're gonna be all in and you're gonna be in there kicking some butt.
Nicely.
Well, let me say you just said two things in there. Let me tell you, I spent a lot of years in Washington, which I apologize for. All right, but it didn't take. All right, I'm still the same cheerful conservative Hoosier I was the day I left. But you know the way you fight in Washington D.C.? You stand.
The way they fight is dirty.
You know how you fight in Washington D.C.? You stand your ground. You say, I'm here and I'm not moving. When I was battling against the big spenders in my own party and a Republican president when I was a member of Congress, we just planted our feet. I was one of 33 members of Congress that opposed No Child Left Behind because essentially George Bush was doubling the size of the Federal Department of Education. And I believe education is a state and local function. And if I'm president, we're going to shut down the Federal Department of Education and send those resources back to the state. Stand. You know, a lot of I think sometimes we tend to think that that friction and fireworks is how you fight in Washington. The way you get things done, and I say this with great respect, so I appreciate you keeping an open mind. The way I've learned you get things done in Washington, D.C. is you let your yes be yes and your no be no. And I got to tell you, I was the conference chairman of the Republicans the first time we retired Nancy Pelosi. And I traveled all across the country to 35 states to make sure we retired Nancy Pelosi once and for all, right? She's done. But I'll tell you something. Nancy Pelosi has been the driving force in the Democratic Party for a long time. And the reason is because she plants her feet, she doesn't move. Okay? And I promise you, if I'm president of the United States, I'm going to take this agenda, I'm going to take these conservative positions, and we're going to present them in a way that gives people a chance to come our way so we can get things done, but I'm going to stand firm. And anybody that knows me knows that I'm willing to do that. You got to stand your ground in this business. Okay? You can't be moving around on issues, particularly things that bear upon the security and prosperity and liberties of the American people. And on that count, I promise you, you'll have a fighter in Mike Pence. I promise you. Hello.